Hey y'all, it's me, Pretty Pink Pommy, and happy Pokemon Day. I decided that I was going to make a quick little video where I watched the Pokemon Presents video for all of y'all. It's the one that obviously came out today on Pokemon Day 2025, which is on the 27th of February. Um I am gonna save my opinions for while we're watching it together. So yeah. Let's just get into it. Happy Pokemon Day. A lot of good things were announced and talked about. So I do want to like kind of do like a little bit of a stop and start where I give you my formal opinions on the things that are going on. Just so that way it's not like a big question and answer when I get into my stream or, when I pull up on my Discord and I start talking about other things that are related to my content or what I want to do with Pokemon. So yeah, let's get into it.
Hello everyone, I'm Ishihara from the Pokémon Company. Today, February 27, is Pokémon Day. This is the date the Pokémon Red and Pokémon Green games were first released in Japan, marking the beginning of the Pokémon series.
Wait, okay, cut the cameras. Notice how all the Pokemon games are surrounding him. All the Pokemon games are surrounding him. But if you notice as well, it goes all the way to Generation 5 right here. So they're ones that are on clear display. The ones that are on full and clear display as of right now, we obviously see Sword and Shield. We see Scarlet and Violet. We see all the original, Gens 1 through 3 right here. And then we see Gen 4 and 5 right here. 6 right here. And then we see BDSP down here in the corner in the dark because they don't want you to see it that well. I think it's very purposeful that Pokemon X is sitting here. I think it's very purposeful that, out of all the games that are on clear display, we see Black and White. We see, I think this is Heart Gold and Soul Silver right here. And we also see the original games, but we don't see all the stuff in between. I think it's very purposeful that they did that. And then obviously the focus is going to be on the games that were for the Switch, right? But on all the corners, it's 3 corners. They have the Scarlet and Violet, they have the Sword and Shield, they have the BDSP, and then they have Generation 6.
It's been 29 years since the birth of Pokémon, and we've reached this milestone through the support of all you trainers around the world.
Hell yeah!
Thanks to all of you, it's now possible to enjoy Pokémon each day in a variety of ways. We hope to keep bringing you new experiences to brighten your day-to-day lives with Pokémon. In today's broadcast, we'll be sharing all the latest news about Pokémon, including our newest titles. Please enjoy the presentation.
It's the Netflix series Pokémon Concierge. Taking place at the Pokémon Resort on a tropical island, the story follows Haru, who is still finding her feet as a new concierge, and Psyduck as they grow together through their interactions with the resort's Pokémon guests. Its charm lies in the warm visuals that can be achieved only through stop-motion animation. And new episodes of Pokémon Concierge are in production. They are slated for release in September 2025. What sort of Pokémon will Haru and Psyduck welcome as guests next? Take a first look at a few of the Pokémon they will meet in this motion test footage. Just look at the personality and how they move. But there's more. For a limited time, the first 4 episodes are available to watch on Pokemon's official YouTube channel for free. Please take this chance to watch them if you haven't been able to tune in to Pokémon Concierge yet. And we hope you look forward to the new episodes as well.
So that's for March 9th. I've never watched Pokemon Concierge. I remember when it came out, or when people started originally talking about it. I am not a huge fan. Hi, Pikachu. I'm not a huge fan of like stop motion animation. And I never have been. Like, even when I was a kid, it wasn't my favorite thing. I can understand, like, whatever about, like, it seems like it's very visually appealing, and it might be a little interesting little series to watch, like, casually. That's not something that I'm majorly interested in, but it is nice to see that they're still keeping up with some of these other animation projects instead of just keeping it focused on the anime. And also, like, you know, because the Pokemon company is always working on, like, online series as well. They don't always talk about on Pokemon Day, you know? And I'll keep up with all the series, but I know that they make the series, and that was my point. Let's keep going.
Hello everyone, I'm Utsunomiya from the Pokemon Company. Next, we have a number of other announcements to share with you.
All the Pokemon that are surrounding him are from Generation 1, except for the starters of Paldea and the Legends of Paldea. And I think that they are fully, before we keep going, I think they are fully intentional with what they show us on these screens when they're showing us the speakers. I think they do it on purpose.
In Pokemon Go Tour Unova Global will take place on March 1st and March 2nd. This event can be enjoyed at no cost from anywhere in the world where Pokemon Go is available.
Keep note of how this is Zekrom.
During the event, the legendary Pokemon Black Kyurem and White Kyurem will appear in raid battles and elsewhere. Also, trainers will soon have a chance to encounter
Generation 5.
Victini and Shiny Meloetta. We'll also share promo codes for everyone to enjoy. We
Generation 5.
hope you're looking forward to the new Season 2.
Cubfu. Shout out to Cubfu. Get into it, May.
We're heating up.
You too, Brendan. Get into it. Get into it.
Pokemon Masters EX.
I'm not gonna lie, when I first saw this, because I watched this, like, that was the first thing I did this morning. Like, I woke up, I didn't even get out of bed. I picked up my phone, I turned on, I opened YouTube, and I watched. When I watched this, I was scared. I was like, what are we doing here? Because, like, I knew about, like, I know about Pokemon Masters, but it's not something that I'm actively invested in. I like the idea of Pokemon Masters. I never got into it. I kind of want to get into some of the more like phone games or like mobile games, I guess, because they're not really all phone games. But it's just like, girl, who has the time? Appleton Fruitalicious Jelly Soda. This is cute. Flapple! Wait, Flapple in a chibi form is cuter. And Quaxley. Get into it. I'm not a cafe player, but I enjoy it. I think it's cute. If I ever got into like a serious cozy gaming bag, which I'm not looking forward to, maybe we could play Pokemon Cafe on stream. I don't know. I don't even know if it's that kind of game. Banish the Nightmare. Pokemon Sleep. I don't play Pokemon Sleep. And that's my thing, is like, I don't play a lot of mobile games. You got games on your phone? I don't got games on my phone. I'm just not a mobile game girly. Maybe I could put some of these things on my iPad, but like Pokemon Sleep, I can't do Pokemon Sleep. Like, I spend a lot of time in my bed, but I also spend a lot of time away from my bed. And also, like, I spend a lot of time on my devices, to be specific, and so it's like, I don't want to keep my phone on while I'm sleeping in my bed. Heck nah. I think it's a great game. If you like it, I love it. If you like it, I love it. Get into it. Pokemon Unite. Wait, okay, that's kind of... Get into it, Suicune. I love an outfit. Alolan Raichu. Alchemy. Honestly, this is super cute.
Remote Stadium will be returning to ranked matches. Enjoy intense battles in the unforgettable Remote Stadium. A new type of battle is also arriving, called First to 500. In it, a new feature called Eos technology allows you to gain special effects when you score a certain number of points. Plus, look forward to an updated map with updated wild Pokémon. The win condition is simple: be the first to score 500 points.
Well, there you go. Love it. I love Alolan Raichu is one of my favorites of all the Pika clones. Alolan Raichu is probably my favorite, like, Pika clone or form, most likely. You know, things change. Also, say hi to the Shiny Toad School. That's from my last stream. TCG Pocket. I have been playing this. Now, I do play this. I'm like, I have Pokemon Go downloaded, I just don't play. But anyway, we'll get into it. We'll get into it. Wait. Sorry to run that back. He's zooming. He's zooming, y'all. Get into it, Rotom. Ooh. Triumphant Light coming February 28, 2025. That's tomorrow. Celebrate Pokemon Day with special oh, get into it. Okay, I'll have to get on. And then they're doing TCG Pocket they're doing TCG Pocket right next to when they're doing a TCG announcement. Love it. Love it. Love the idea. I actually really like TCG Pocket. I've been playing it a little bit. I haven't really done any matches yet because just like I'm overwhelmed with all the things that I have to do to make my stream happen sometimes, that I just don't have the energy to play a lot of extra games unless I absolutely super positively want to. Maybe in the future I'll get into other stuff or on the stream, or maybe, you know, I'll stop stressing myself out about this stuff, but who knows. Anyway, I do collect Pokemon cards. Megas are coming back. Okay, yeah. Oh, period. One for the boys and one for the girls. Obviously, that was a joke. A new series, Beyond Limit. Get into it. Get into it. No, I love it. Me too, Pikachu. I love it.
Next, allow me to share some news about the Pokemon video game series. In the Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet games, we're celebrating Pokemon Day with a Rotom phone case.
Okay, I have to go get one of these. It's only per game. Okay, period.
Giveaway. Along with a
mass outbreaks starting on February 28th all the way to March 20th, 2025. It looks like it's going to begin with in these special mass outbreaks. Oh, so it seems like it's like a lot of different Pokemon. It's Scyther, Porygon, and Lapras in the terrarium, Poliwag, Sewaddle, and Applin in Kitakami, and it is Charcadet, Finizen, and whatever that one's called. What is that one called? Smoliv in Paldea. I love it. I have all these Pokemon and shinies already. I would never turn down a shiny. I would love to have another Finizen maybe, and I would probably also love to have another... I think I have a Porygon Z, but I would love to have a Porygon 2. I already have 2 shiny Laprases. I would also like another Poliwag maybe, just because I think it's like fun, but it's because it's like a trophy. It's a really difficult shiny to get.
Outbreak event and other in-game events.
I wonder if they're
come.
gonna have markings.
A mighty Meowscarada, Skeledirge, and Quaquaval will appear in a series of Terra Raid battle events.
Oh, and these are going to be subsequent. So it's going to be Meowscarada from the 28th to the March 6th. It's going to be Skeledirge from March 7th to March 13th. And then it's going to be Quaquaval from March 14th to March 20th. I think that's smart, and so as opposed to doing them all at once.
Plan to appear in the future.
And then all the pseudo legends, I see it, and maybe this, and hopefully, because I've been talking about this when we were in the Pokemon Sword and Shield. Collect your words. When we were in the Pokemon Sword and Shield cycle, we had a lot of legendary Pokemon coming in through the raids. And we've had some legendary Pokemon and some mythical Pokemon coming in through mystery events and raids in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. But I think because the game cycle, the life cycle of the game has been extended a little bit, we're not seeing as many of them as I would like. Because especially for the ones that I missed in Generation 8, I would like to see a few more, like Zeraora and which was really Generation 7, but still, and Zarude, which is Generation 8. I would like to see some of the other Pokemon, maybe not all of them, because I know not all of them are available. But I would like to see some of the other Pokemon that like we don't get a chance to have, like the mythical Pokemon or the event Pokemon. I know that like we're kind of moving on with some of these like continual themes that we have going on in this franchise, like the movies. We haven't done a movie since Generation 8. The last movie that came out was the Zarude movie, I believe. But like, you know, I would still like to be able to be feeling like I didn't think the games were going to be affected by that. So I'm hoping be affected by the new changes that they've made to the franchise. So I would like to see that happen. Like,
we hope
after
you
the
continue
pseudo
to
legends.
enjoy the Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet games. Next, please have a look at this video.
I love a little swag rah! Get into it! First of all, actually, with this beat before, because I already watched it, so I knew it was going to turn into swag rock, but with that beat, it also made me think of everybody in the club get tipsy. Everybody in the club get tipsy. Get into it. Get into it. Okay, keep going. Let's keep going. Oh. Oh, it's trying to show like the generations of, okay, yeah, I see what you're saying. And now you can do play on mobile. That's what they're communicating to you here. And also notice how they're showing people of different cultures. Like, that was purposeful. On a satellite. So it's global play with the Nintendo Switch and also on mobile devices. Whoa! And so it's going to be a Pokemon battle inside of a Rocket League stadium. With terrestrialization, yeah. Pokemon champions. This sounds like it might be fun. I would love to see what they do with it. I love the swag rock.
What you've just seen is the world's first glimpse of a new title, Pokémon Champions.
Right.
This title will be focused on the Pokémon battles you know and love from core Pokémon games. Pokémon Champions will continue the tradition of pitting your skills against those of other trainers from around the world, but this time we're aiming for these core-style battles to be enjoyed by more players than ever before. Game Freak, the developer of the core games, is carrying out the planning for this project, while
Period.
development is being handled by the Pokémon Works.
Okay.
And Pokémon Champions will be coming not only to the Nintendo Switch family of systems, but to mobile devices too. You'll be able to choose how you want to play based on where you are. What's more, you can also connect with Pokémon Home. Thanks to this connectivity, you won't be limited to using Pokémon you can partner up with in Pokémon Champions. You'll be able to team
It's
up
me,
with Pokémon
Pretty
who
Pink
joined
Pony.
you
Girl,
on your
not
adventures
this.
in previous
Hold on.
Pokémon games.
At the cameras. I did not mean to hit that soundboard. That's my soundboard from my OBS because I'm recording this through OBS. But like, what he's saying is that like you can transfer Pokemon. I was gonna make a note here that this is gonna be out during Generation 9 because they showed here, if we go back, that you're going to be able to deposit and withdraw Pokemon into Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. That's probably also going to be true for the other Generation 8 games as well. But if they're showing Pokemon Scarlet and Violet here, and they're not just saying other games or showing like a family of games, it's likely that this is going to be out sometime during Generation 9 before they release Generation 10 on the Switch family of systems. Keep that in mind. Which means it could be next year, but it's probably still going to be before Generation 10.
You can partner up with in Pokémon Champions. You'll be able to team up with Pokémon who joined you on your adventures in previous Pokémon games. We hope you're looking forward to battling Pokémon trainers from all corners of the world.
Also, I think that this is going to be really fun, but let me hold off and let me let him finish what he had to say before I get into it.
Stay tuned for future announcements regarding the launch date of
Of
Pokémon Champions.
Okay.
Next, we'd like to share some information about the languages Pokémon series games will be available in.
Okay, before we get into that, so I think it's really interesting, Pokemon Champions, because it seems kind of like based on what was being communicated in the commercial, you know, the advertisement, because this is just a series of advertisements. Honestly, I feel like you know, I don't know if Pokemon Presents has always been like this. I've watched Pokemon Presents for the past like few years, actually, like probably since like 2018 maybe. But it feels like this is less of a conversation with the creators. It's and more of a series of advertisements. I feel like I'm sitting in like, I don't know. I feel like I'm sitting in a commercial airplane, and there's a screen in front of me that's playing a series of advertisements before they show me how to buckle my seatbelt. I don't think that that's bad or wrong. I just think that it lacks personal touch.
Mr. Tomás Cortijo, please take it away.
And before we get into it, I just think that I would love, because like for example, I watched the one for Overwatch. They had, Overwatch had a presentation of their plans moving forward. I don't remember exactly like when that was, but that was a few weeks ago, where it was like there was that whole thing that Overwatch is doing in their presentation about their plans moving forward for the next few years. I watched that, and there were multiple creators of the game, people who are actively working on the game, who were there talking about what was going to happen in the game. And here it's just people who are the heads of the business sitting down, presenting something to you, and then playing the commercial. I feel like it's lacking a little bit of a personal touch. Personally.
Saludos a todos desde la nueva oficina de Pokémon en la hermosa Ciudad de México. Soy Tomás Cortijo, director regional para Latinoamérica de The Pokémon Company International. El día de hoy estoy muy feliz de anunciarles que Pokémon Champions estará disponible en español latinoamericano desde el día de su lanzamiento. De igual forma, además de los 9 idiomas que los entrenadores y entrenadoras pueden elegir, Leyendas Pokémon ZA tendrá también la opción de jugarse en español latinoamericano. Esto significa que de aquí en adelante habrá 10 idiomas disponibles para jugar. Finalmente, como ya anunciamos con anterioridad, las futuras expansiones del famoso juego de cartas coleccionables de Pokémon estarán también disponibles en español de Latinoamérica. Localizar productos como Leyendas Pokémon ZA al español latinoamericano permitirá que millones de nuevos fans se unan a la comunidad global de Pokémon y se conecten con otros jugadores de formas nunca antes vistas. Como parte de The Pokémon Company Group, este es un claro ejemplo de nuestra misión de unir al mundo a través de Pokémon. Saber que los fans disfrutan aún más de jugar Pokémon en su idioma local nos permite explorar nuevas formas para deleitar a los jugadores de diferentes regiones y mercados como Latinoamérica. Este es un momento increíble para ser fan de Pokémon, sin importar en qué parte del mundo te encuentres, por lo que no puedo esperar para unirme a todos ustedes en sus próximas aventuras. Nos vemos pronto.
This is important. I actually, I don't have a lot of critical thoughts because I didn't realize that there might have been an issue with this as far as like Latin American Spanish versus Spanish, Spanish, European Spanish, I guess. But it is what it is. Also, notice the Pikachu in the background. Honestly, why am I giggling? I think this is important though. Pokemon for me, I was raised on Pokemon. I started playing Pokemon when Generation 2 or 3 was out. I believe the first Pokemon game that I actually owned, because I'm young enough that I was not around or capable of reading or playing video games when Pokemon first came out. And I'm old enough that the first game that I played was probably Pokemon Red. I think it was Pokemon Blue. I think my brother might have had Pokemon Red. And then I also had Pokemon Yellow. And I think my brother had Pokemon Crystal. And then after that, he had lent me Pokemon Yellow. He had lent me Pokemon Sapphire. I love Pokemon Sapphire. And then after that, I started playing Pokemon, Generation 4. And I had all 3 of the Generation 4 mainline games. And then I had Heart Gold that was also lent to me by another family member. For me, Pokemon was a way for me to come to understand different cultures, especially cultures that are in parts of the world that I may never have access to. And it was also a way for me to understand mythology and language. I developed a lot of my language around the wording of influential video games that I played, including Pokemon. I think that it's important that they do give correct and appropriate language for people who are playing the games. And while I'm sure that there were people who were probably in Latin America or who are from Latin American ethnic cultures that are playing Pokemon in Spanish, I'm sure that this is going to benefit a lot of people when it comes to actually learning language, when it comes to actually speaking language and connecting to a cultural language that might not be acknowledged in other media, Also beyond that, I think this might be opening us up to being inspired by Latin America in the Pokemon franchise when they are moving towards more world building with the new games in Generation 10, 11, 12, etc. I know that right now we're in Paldea, which is based on the Iberian Peninsula, which is the multiple countries and ethnic groups that are there. But I would love, and it's also influenced by the cultures of Latin America at the same time, because that's also true for the modern day places in the Iberian Peninsula as well. But I would love to see something happening, I don't know, in like Brazil or even Mexico. I think that would be really fun. Let's keep going because that would be, and the reason why I have a lot of thoughts about it, but also I'm struggling to find something to say is because that wasn't about me, and I'm glad that it's happening, is my point.
Finally, here's the latest update on Pokemon Legends ZA.
Wait. Before we get back into it, we gotta look at their outfits. So she's wearing the green jacket with black, and then there's black on the back, there's black on the sleeves. Black, there's the back of the jacket, it's still black. There's a runner. I thought that might have been a Pokemon player. Okay. We are seeing Furfrou finally return to the games, period. Here are our starters. We have Tepig, we have Chikorita, and Totodile. I love Totodile. Totodile is probably my favorite out of the three, personally, and that's my opinion. The Rotom phone is what, I don't know if it was a Rotom phone, but some device just flew him over a building. Love to see it. More Mega Evolution, period. Who did they show? Run it back, because that was like a split second of this video. But let's see it. Okay, obviously Lucario, who is like the ambassador for Mega Evolution. But then we also have Sableye, Absol, and Kangaskhan, period. Oh, and then I think that was, let's go back, because I have to see. It was like a split second, because, and I'm gonna keep it here. That's Gardevoir, Gyarados, both versions of Charizard, X and Y. We have Altaria, and we have Ampharos. Some of these Pokemon were previously not available to Mega Evolve in X and Y, so we've never seen them Mega Evolve in Kalos itself. We did see them evolve in Hoenn, we did not see them evolve in Kalos. An example of this would be Altaria. And now we're seeing the other characters. We see Az, AZ. I called him Az. When I was reading the shit, I'm not reading the shit. When I was playing Pokemon X originally, I called him Az. And we also see Zygarde. That's the 10% form of Zygarde, the dog. Love to see it. We're probably going to see more of Zygarde here. Let's see what else they have to say about it, though, if anything.
Pokémon Legends ZA is a new title in the Pokémon series. The story takes place in Lumiose City, the largest city in the Kalos region. Prism Tower stands tall at the center of this city of beautiful vistas. These days, Lumiose is undergoing a high-tech urban redevelopment plan to turn it into a city that people and Pokémon truly share. After you arrive in Lumiose City to see the sights, you'll meet 3 Pokémon, one of which will become your first partner. Chikorita,
Period.
Tepig,
Period.
and Totodile.
Period.
You'll choose one of these Pokémon.
Before we continue, I do want to say all of these Pokemon are relative, like none of these Pokemon evolve into anything, as far as we know, that is tall, bipedal, slim, and slender. The only one out of these 3, well, actually 2 out of the 3 do turn into something that's bipedal, but even then, like, it's a big old potbelly pig and a big old fat belly crocodile and a dinosaur who doesn't even stand on 2 legs. Like, I enjoy this. I'm glad to see this happening. I know a lot of people have a lot of negative opinions about Chikorita and Tepig and Totodile. Totodile and Chikorita, I will say, are very underserved when it comes to acknowledgement. I don't know what it's like for them in, you know, the VGC competitive scenes. I'm sure that they've been like kind of ignored for probably years, considering that they did not get a Mega Evolution. They did not get new forms with Pokemon Legends Arceus. They did not get Gmax or Dmax, like, or whatever. I guess it's a Gmax form, you know, and neither did Tepig, but Tepig is more recent than Chikorita and Totodile, and they're trying to bring some of those older games and some of that older content into a fresh new era. I'm glad to see it. I would say I was not expecting both of them to be in the game at the same time, and I also wasn't expecting Tepig to be in this game at the same time either. And it kind of like ruins my hopes for a future where we're gonna see a Generation 5 remake. That's what I really wanted. Seeing Tepig in this game kind of convinces me that that's not gonna happen.
Accompany you on a new journey as you get to know Lumiose City and its inhabitants. Here are some of the colorful characters you'll encounter. When you arrive in Lumiose, you'll meet a new friend and ally, either Urbane or Tawny.
Love it. Honestly, I really like their color schemes. I like the hair. When I first saw it, honestly, it made me think a little bit of Elima from Generation 7. Just because it's pink, you know, and it's also kind of like this like swoopy kind of like kempt, unkempt kind of look, but I kind of like them overall. I think that these this coloration is probably reminiscent or purposefully reminiscent of the Team Flare hair because it was all red and they're supposed to be your rival.
The hotel where you'll be staying.
Here's Az in a concierge kind of uniform. Interesting. I didn't realize, like, seeing him without like his tattered clothing, like I've been walking the earth kind of vibes, is kind of crazy. Also, before he didn't walk with the cane. I wonder if he's aging.
Is run by AZ. You'll also meet his partner, Floette.
Period. No notes. Happy to see her. Glad she's here.
Lumiose's redevelopment is being managed by Quasartico Inc. You'll
Camp. Boots the house down. Period.
become acquainted with the company's CEO.
Jet and Vinny? I don't know. I kind of like her hair because her hair... Why is her hair giving that she's wearing a beret, but she's not wearing a beret?
Jet and her secretary, Vinny. The different people you meet will make your time in Lumiose all the richer. To help people and Pokémon coexist, the city has set up wild zones. These areas, located throughout Lumiose, give wild Pokémon habitats where they can thrive.
I am curious as to why they're going to be doing this. Like, what is the context to why they're adding more areas for Pokemon to explore the region? You know, without getting into the leaks, because I don't actually want to get into the leaks. I did read a lot of what was posted about the leaks, especially for Generation 6. But without getting into that, there's a lot of areas in Kalos for wild Pokemon. Why is this the focus of Lumiose City specifically?
To catch one of these wild Pokemon, aim carefully, then throw a Pokeball. If you're having a hard time catching one, have one of your Pokemon use its moves to weaken the target, making it easier to catch. This game offers a style of Pokemon battling not seen in previous titles. Moves can have a longer or shorter reach, or different areas of effect. So choose your timing and positioning carefully to gain the upper hand. Lead your partner Pokemon through battles and dodge incoming attacks. Swap Pokemon if you need to and find the right moment to unleash a move. What's more, certain Pokemon can go beyond evolution by undergoing Mega Evolution.
Mega Evolution, get into it.
When a trainer's keystone resonates with the Mega Stone held by their Pokemon, the Pokemon will do more than just change shape. It'll unlock a new level of power, turning the tide of battle in its favor. As Lumiose continues
So the
its
list of Pokemon that we're going to be seeing in the game has definitely been boosted from this this presentation. However, are any of these Pokemon surprising? I don't think so. Not yet.
transformation into a city that belongs to both people and Pokemon, who knows what kinds of encounters and experiences will await you.
I didn't see this when I first watched that. Not the Zygarde cells. Get into it.
Pokemon Legends ZA. Coming late 2025.
Okay, to me, my prediction, it's going to be November. It's going to be the end of, it's either going to be like the first or second week of November, or it's going to be the final week of November. So it's like either going to be like, I would say like the 15th, or it's going to be like November 30th. So that way people can buy it for Christmas, people can buy it for winter break, and people can explore it and experience it while there's time available for it. I think I would love to stream this game if I was capable of doing so, you know. It's very fun. It seems very festive. I think it's going to feel more like a spin-off than Pokemon Legends Arceus did. Based on what we saw. I don't know what this is.
Pokemon Legends ZA is scheduled to release in late 2025. We hope everybody can wait just a little longer for their adventures in Lumiose City to begin. That concludes our announcements for today. Thank you very much for watching.
Major takeaways, I gave my opinion, you know what I mean? Like, I said everything I felt like I needed to say. I have a lot of opinions, but also at the same time, I think there's a lot to take away, and there's a lot being said in these presentations that is not being verbally spoken to you, or that's not being displayed on the screen. And so that's why I was taking the moments to be like, we see Tepig here, that means we're probably not going to get a Generation 5 remake right now, you know, or you know, seeing X, Y, and Z. Well, pun intended, I guess. X, Y, and Z. I guess I'm glad in a way that Pokemon Z didn't happen, or a DLC for Pokemon and XY didn't happen the way that everybody in the leaks was saying it was going to happen, because I am glad that we're getting this game, you know, and I'm glad that they're kind of keeping a little bit of a tight lip about it. We're still early in the year. We have regardless, we have 10 months left of the year. So even if they're not going to be giving us this game for another 9 or 10 months, very likely, because it could come out on December 15th. You know what I mean? Like, we never know. I'm glad that they're working on it. I'm glad that they're putting good energy into it. To me, Pokemon Legends ZA, it really reminds me of the aesthetics of Pokemon Let's Go Eevee. I recently played that on my stream, and I've been posting the VODs of me playing that on my YouTube, and I'm probably going to post this video on my YouTube too, since it's becoming so long. I don't know if I'm going to be able to play the whole thing on my stream because it's so long, but I'm excited for Legends. I'm excited for a new year of Pokemon and just a new year of gaming in general. A lot of good things are going to be happening when it comes to Pokemon, and I think that some of the changes that they're implementing when it comes to how they're creating these mainline games, or these games that are for, you know, the devices in Nintendo, are going to be great. And the fact that they're able to still continue to showcase creativity when it comes to their mobile games is a good sign for the company, because that means that there is money being put into it. You know, there is a desire for something more that's being expressed by the community and also by the creators. I don't know if Pokemon Champions is the best move, or if it's going to be the right move, and we don't even know how that game is going to be set up, especially considering that Pokemon Unite is still a thing, and so is Pokemon, why am I forgetting the name of it? Pokemon Masters. When we already have Pokemon Masters, we already have Pokemon Unite, and we already have the Pokemon TCG Pocket. You know, word on the street is that Pokemon Champions was supposed to be something of a answer to Marvel Rivals in a Pokemon format. That's what I heard, and that's kind of what I assumed that it was going to be when I saw it in the Pokemon Presents when I watched it. I don't know if that's what it's going to become. I think it's a really interesting game concept based on what's been communicated, but it seems like it's going to be something of a Pokemon Stadium, Pokemon Coliseum kind of vibe, which I think is interesting because also, isn't that what Pokemon Masters was kind of also picking up on as well? Maybe I made that up. I don't really know a lot about Pokemon Masters. All that aside, I'm excited for a future. Here's to a great 2025 to anybody who's watching this, and shout out to all the people who are playing Pokemon, and a major shout out to anybody who's watching my streams. I'm going to be posting this on YouTube just because I want my people to be able to see it, but if anybody else is watching this, hi, it's me, Pretty Pink Pommy. That's my name. I am a VTuber and also a Twitch streamer. I mostly stream Pokemon games and also variety content. Make sure to follow me on my socials, which are connected to my YouTube account. And also make sure to consider joining my Discord, where we have plenty of events related to Pokemon and also not related to Pokemon. See you soon, y'all. Bye.